Hi, in this video I'm going to cover the topic of how to fit a hard drive into our OAHD range of DVRs. So this range of DVRs is obviously analog high definition, and inside it it's the same process regardless whether we're speaking about the 4, the 8 or the 16-way DVRs. We're actually doing this one here on the 4-way because it's exactly the same process. Interesting, we're going to do this in two videos. The first one will be the physical work of fitting the hard drive in, and the next video in this series is actually going to cover the topic of how we're going to come along and actually format it, which is very straightforward. So in terms of tools, I just need a screwdriver here. So I have to take out a total of 5 screws. So there's a screw either side holding on the chassis top, and then on the back we have here, here and here. Okay, so what we can do at that stage, you can slide it out and then we can lift it off like that. And this is exposed inside. So to my left hand side here we have the hard drive going to fit itself. So in this case I think it's a 1 terabyte drive, but it can only hold a single hard drive here, and the maximum one it can power is a 4 terabyte. So which is really substantial. And this little bag here comes with 4 silver screws, again using a Phillips screwdriver, which will actually be used to bolt the hard drive in place. So there's 3 things we have to remember. The first SATA cable we hear is the data cable. The next one is the SATA power cable, and then finally here we have 4 holes here on the base which we can actually use for holding in the hard drive itself. So the first thing I'll do is I'm just going to turn over the hard drive here. We can see the base, and the first thing I want to do here is come and just push on this hard drive, the SATA cable onto it. So that is our data connected, and next what we're going to do is we're going to come along and I'm going to connect the power. And again, I just slide it on. So they're both connected now. So at that point, we can actually power it on all the rest of it if we wanted it. So the next thing I have to do is just slightly the most tricky. And we'll just see here that there's 4 holes here for screws that mounted onto the chassis. So we have it here, 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 and here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to flick over this chassis here. I'm going to slide this in. And what we need to do is we're just going to drop it back over, and I need to roughly position it here. And at that point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over. And on the base, when I look, I can actually see there's a screw. I have it lined up reasonably perfectly. So what I'll do here is I'm just going to grab one of these Phillips screws here, get my screwdriver, just do it again there, sorry now, it's slightly magnetic, my screwdriver. So I'll be better prepared next time. So we've screwed it in. So this is our first screw in here. And I can just prove it here. I can actually let go. So what we'll do is we'll obviously repeat that process, and now I have all 4 holes lined up. So I just repeat the process and put the 4 screws in here, 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 and here, all the way around. And then basically at that point we can come along and we put the chassis down. I suppose the important things we didn't mention there is this hard drive, when we get it, if you're going to put it in yourself, we do offer the option of installing hard drives for people. But if you do come along and have it installed by us, what we can do at that point is, if you install it yourself, you just need to make sure to take it out of the anti-static bag, all the rest of it. Don't let the electronics touch anything that might damage the hard drive, and that's fundamentally it. So at that stage, what I do is I just come along and I put the cover back on, screw it on. In the next video you're going to see us in, we'll actually be coming along, we'll have the DVR connected onto the monitor, and we'll just go through a very quick step of how we actually format the hard drive and have it ready to start recording.